Hello, and welcome to this Global Hack Week of Web3. Today's session, we're going to make a walkthrough on Flow, or amazing Web3 partner. And first of all, before I forget, because I always forget this, help me registering here on events.mlh.io/events. The number for this session is 11437. And well, that said, I like to. First of all, can you hear me? I always like to start with this because sometimes my Mac doesn't work or my internet is just slow. I see a comment here for our friend Batu Organic Oil. That's an interesting name. Um, and what is this? Like a pineapple? Like pizza pineapple? Oh, I get it now. I'm not a big fan of pineapple and pizza. We hear you, you loud and clear, no lag. Amazing. Thank you a lot. And I haven't heard your name, or I don't know if you change it, but it's a nice thing to have you here around because in our global hack weeks I was getting used to the same names every single stream, and that's really cool, don't get me wrong. I really like my audience. um, but hey, welcome. So is it your first global hack week? Have you been around, or it's the first of me that you're watching? Because that's another thing, right? I know your favorite stream is Dimmer for I think most of all our hackers around the world, but I like to do some streams myself. For this Global Hack Week, this is my first one. I know we started a couple days ago, but hey, I'm kind of in a busy agenda right now. I'm closing up my semester, and well, I have a lot of tasks to do. But I always like to find these free spaces to try to share things with you. First Global Hack Week, first stream with Alberto. Also, watch Dimmer. Amazing. And do you like it? I think most of our most of the hackers love their streams. But yeah, so starting in today's business, Flow. Flow is a Web3 partner for us. If you attended some of the MLH events around this season, yeah, because we're closing up the 24 season right now. I think on it's June and July. I don't think we have events. But then on September, August, well, the rest of the year, we are kicking off 2025 MLH season. So a lot of changes, new teas, new mascot. That's an amazing part of the year. Where is everyone else between? Hi, Alberto. Hi, Ridwick. Oh, that's hard name to say. Sorry. Uh, Ridwick Tribute. It's like, sorry, I don't know if I pronounced it wrong. I tried. The pace of the stream is pretty fast. I've seen focused on Rust, but haven't mastered it yet. Next priority is smart contracts, and last is blockchain app. Oh, you were talking about the demo stream, I think. Uh, Bhutan Organic Oil. Hi, nice to see you. Hey, oh, so you're friends now. That's another amazing thing here. But yeah, we were talking about the season, and in this season we have and we are focusing on Web3, and I think it's a great thing because most of the people tend to believe that Web3 is just crypto assets, and I don't think the most value of Web3 is in crypto assets. I think the value on Web3, it's on the blockchain itself, the smart contracts, and this transparency of the code, this tracking, this um, like the easy thing that you can program actions and then connect it to these blocks, and you can see every time, for example, if you do a cron job or you want to trigger it with I don't know, an external action or something. I think the big how to say the most of the value of Web3, it's blockchain itself as a technology, not the people that want to be rich easily with just crypto assets and that kind of stuff. Exactly, smart contractors are the most valuable. Thanks to agree with me. And crypto feels weird. Yeah, shame of me. I have to admit that uh, the first I was interested and intrigued by Web3 because of crypto assets. Yeah, because of Bitcoin and all those. I even bought Shiba and Dogecoins and all these. I don't want to say bad words, but yeah, I invest between codes in those kind of things. I'm afraid I was part of the problem, because another thing is that those things to work consumes a lot of energy. So no, 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 no. That's a big topic, and it's very interesting to talk about that. But let's not get our attention out of what we are trying to do here. That it's good Web3, the good stuff. Um, and returning to Flow, to our Web3 partners, same as Starlink, same as Sorovan, same as Hedera, for example. I plan to do a series of technical sessions just like this. Actually, this is the first one. Then tomorrow we have another one in the morning for me because it's late for me right now. It's 9 p.m. in the night. Then tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for me. I don't know what time it will be for you, but we will have a session about, yeah, exactly, Sorban, how to implement Sorban in your next hack. And same tomorrow, but tonight, 10 p.m., we will have another that is how to implement Starnet in your next hack. And why I come up with this, because you will say, hey, Alberto, why don't you do more interesting stuff, and how you why don't you play or try to integrate them with other things. And I think we needed more, how to say, friendly beginner, like starter sessions to get our hackers and to use these technologies. Because I don't know if it's your case, but in the last hacks I've been attending, we had Starlink as a partner, but no Starlink projects were delivered. No submissions for that ones who tried didn't achieve to complete at the end of their hacks. Well, lots of things. Um, and I was wondering how or what I can do, sorry, to help them. Well, in next hack, you can say, "Hey, I have a session on Global Hack Week. You can check it out. You watch the recording here. Skip the first 30 minutes, I think. Then we start with the good thing. That will be a walkthrough again on how to read the documentation, what resources we have here at the Major League, because we have a lot of resources for you to get started on these technologies. Um, and well, I know you can do this all by yourself, but I'm here to help. So let's do it together. And this is a great chance. So if you have any question or something that pop up in your head, just write it here on the comments and I'll try to answer that. Right. So I see we have some other comments here. Crypto as a proxy for state block fiat. It's cool though. Yeah, exactly. Actually, let, well, we will get into that specifically for Flow because Flow it's focused on payments. But yeah, I don't want to spoil you. Later, too, it's 11 p.m. ET time. Crypto, my portfolio, mainly Ethereum, fell 10% since last Monday. Very painful, yeah. But nothing else more than just learn something new and create something. Yeah, I agree. Like Servant and the Stellar ecosystem. Actually, the one I like the most right now, I think, will be Cardano. Um, I really like Solana. The Solana Foundation are doing, im- how to say it, they are spending a lot of money trying to teach people how to do smart contracts. I heard of many hacks here in Mexico with a company called Eterfuse, and well, they organized like 4 or 5 this last year around many cities, and well, that is a good thing. Well, I appreciate it. Um, Here, okay, so let's start. I'm going to start sharing my screen, so give me a second to configure that. Grab a glass of water, straight hydrate. Mm, Give me a sec. Whew. Okay, I think it's ready now. I'm doing 2 screens, so that's why it's maybe confusing. But here it's now added, and okay. You're supposed to see my screen. It's the browser with a beautiful landscape. And well, again, we have amazing resources here are or at the merely hacking for understanding flow. Um, you can just type here flow web3 and you probably find this page, which is the landing, and that's cool. But for example, you can also type hacked. Oh, I also forgot the B dash AC slash flow, and you'll be delivered to the flow developer portal because again, not all the people have that it's into Web3. It's in the technology part. Many of them want to invest, want to create. There are like designers. They are like the people that cares about the money. I don't know if there's a word about that, like investors. Yeah, I would think that that will be the greatest description. But yeah, we want the developer portal, right? So that's why hack.ac/flow take us here. Otherwise, we will have to go here um, in build that portal and you will see it's the same. Um, let's explore before we go to the developer, because I mentioned that flow it's for payments and stuff, but how can we describe it? Actually, we don't have very precise description here. We are designing people's internet. um, what's happening in 2017, the creation of the RC NFT standard, the Cadence language creation. Um, it's interesting. Then in 2020, Flow blockchain was launched. Flow Foundation was the creation, Crescent the upgrade, and well, this is like a good timeline. And now we are a step here. The Flow coin cost $0.78. I think it's in dollars. I will suppose that. This is very impressive because there is inclusive and permissionless. That means the fee amount is very low. It's decentralized. This, all Web3 are supposed to be secure and friendly, right? They have a lot of statistics here. They handle a lot of transactions. They handle a lot of apps, and this is the thing we would like to be proud of for getting more people into the developing area, not only in investing and stuff. Um, they work with, for example, CryptoKitties. If you are into Web3, this it's going to be very familiar for you. If you don't, well, there are another big brands here like Samsung, like the Ubisoft, NFL, for example. Um, well, and that will be like that. You can find information about the founders and the developing area. Spoiler: they have their language for smart transaction, which is Cadence. It's very easy, and you don't have to be worried about. They have a wallet abstraction, APM equivalent, the IBM environment. It's full accessible for the native side of Flow network. Well, uh, that's all. And we can go here for start coding, and again to developer area. So short words, Flow, it's a permissionless, multi-purpose layer one blockchain that has a proof of stake consensus to validate transactions, and as you saw, has their own smart contract language. Let me check if we have questions this far. Which language is that? Spanish? Oh, what we were seeing. Oh, I don't know what I was sharing at that second. Maybe the yeah, you maybe refer to this. Yeah, it's Spanish. Sorry, I'm from Mexico. I always forgot to present me. Sorry, I forgot that. I have to present myself every stream. But yeah, my name is Alberto. I'm your friendly major league hacking coach back here in Mexico. So yeah, it's Spanish. What do you, what do Web3 folks have so many languages? That's an interesting question. I really don't know. Um, and it's weird, because for the web, I mean, we have to remember we are not talking about very strange and new environment. We are talking about web and the third evolution of that, Web 3. Like just use Rust. I don't know, but yeah, okay, I agree. We can try to agree with just one language. And I was saying like, well, for web we agree with JavaScript. That's cool. I mean, you do now WebAssembly.net and another thing with Python that uses WebAssembly underneath. But I don't get it. Like the big standards still is JavaScript, and there's no like big standard here. You can think of Rust. There's here Cadence, what are Solidity, for example. But yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't think there's a specific answer, or at least I don't have it. But yeah, thanks. Hacker House in Austin. Okay. Consensus 2024. Uh, I'm not in the US, but if you're from the US, you could check this out. It will be very cool. So, moving on to the developer portal again. Sorry, I had an alarm. You heard the dogs. Um, Let me bring some water. Mm, I I forgot how you can integrate Flow. I mean, what languages? They have integrations with JavaScript, Go, Python, of course, Kotlin, Swift, and even with the Unity. That I don't know why Unity is considered I don't want you here in this list, but even with Unity. Um, So they have decentralized apps to quickly keep this arcade. They kind of language reference because you have to learn a new language here. Um, but they have a lot of tutorials, a lot of courses, and as you can see, they are focused a lot of NFTs here on the documentations. We can build a hello world tutorial. They have flown out at the playground, which is amazing to have in every technology you are learning. And they even have this Discord server if you want to get help from the community. I encourage you to come here and join the server. You can say, hey, I come from the modularly hacking. Um, so a lot of things to start, you may think. Let's give this a little more focus. Let's check the intro to Flow workshop we have here at the Major League Hacking. Oh, sorry, I this introduction to Flow blockchain. It's from Jan actually, um, and they they talk about lots of things, and this is not an easy tool for beginners because let's say you want to learn Django, right? But okay, you in order to learn Django, you need to know Python, right? Well, same analogy can be done here. In order to learn Web3, you must learn a lot of theory, not about JavaScript or any specific language, but about Web3. And Web3, um, the blockchain has things about consensus, about the proof of works, the proof of stakes, the how they manage the decisions, what does these committees says, why why a node, sorry, a block has a specific length, what even a first layer mean, what a second, a third layer mean. Those kind of things can be hard, and there's a lot of theory, and there's a lot of things you must read. I have a bad news for that. That it's there's no easy way. Oh, I'm so sorry for the noise. But a motorcycle decided it was a really great time. But okay, returning here, flow technical papers can be found in the documentation here or in the link that says introduction to flow and the blockchain of the resources we have at the Mayo League. And there are one, two, three, and a technical note papers that are heavy reads. To be honest, let's open one. They try to teach you about the terminology, the work related. We can talk about here of the flow proof of stake, for example, um, the performance and lots of things. Uh, this, for example, how a consensus can be done if a node it's slow or it's fast. This is heavy theory that I don't even know, to be honest. That I don't want to. Uh, I don't want to fake or how to say like say that I know all of this stuff, but I know a really small part that allows me to understand what I'm doing, you know? And this layer of extraction, it's what you must uh, aim to learn too. Uh, but every project, every Web3 tool you may find will have a lot of information about this. Obviously, focused on their blockchain. For example, here the flow network will be described, and you will learn what proof of stake is, why uh, blocks are interlinked, and those kind of things. But again, there's a lot of theory you must learn. Um, so next time you attend to hackathon, be prepared. Don't wait to the very same day to start learning. This is a great chance to start today, for example. Uh, but does that mean that if you don't complete your study on 3 books minimum of Web3, you cannot develop? No, that's the good news. So, bad news, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of theory you must learn. Good news, there are lots of tutorials that can help you complete and make your apps and make use of Web3 without having to know this. But again, the very good recommendation is you must know what you're doing in most of cases. And well, again, you're an incredible hacker. You are incredible hackers. You can do this. Uh, what else? How we can start before we get our hands done? Let me check again if we have comments here. Can you share this paper? Sorry, I take him from Flow. Oh, sorry. Um, yeah, I didn't saw this before, but also another. No, yeah, that will be the shortest link. I was going to share another one, but just remember hack AC/flow, and you will be redirected here. And here, the paper are just Redux, for example. Um, Getting started, guides, smart contracts, well, somewhere around here. Yeah, maybe not that accessible. Oh, I lost my cursor. But yeah, okay. If no more questions, I think we can start writing down and following this. So, uh, again, mistake of flow. I think this applies not only for flow, but all of the Web3 ecosystem tends to talk things like this beginner dApp. And you may be wondering, wow, but what's a dApp? Decentralized app. That's the term. But that's my fight, with all Web3 stuff, because we pretend to move to the next thing, to process crypto payments like if it was cash in the street and things, but we don't make these technologies accessible um, for everyone. What is that though? For example, you know, we need to take the time to explain people what this is and decentralize how on the blockchain. Exactly that. And it can be silly if you ask an experiment Web3 developer or someone that is very into these things. But if I say this to a beginner or to my grandpa or to another one, and even the concept like, hey, you can open your wallet, that it's in your app, and you will be transferred there. And the other time I was hearing this conversation like, it's not supposed to be wallet. They should be called keychain because you store keys, not the assets there. And you understand that these technical fights just take us apart from the target that it's the general public can use this. Web3 jargon is probably the marketing fault. I even learned a lot to works for simple things during my postgrad. Well, yeah, exactly. I think you make a very very good point here. Hmm. But yeah, let's start creating our decentralized app. Let me see if they have another that's more simpler. For example, this quick start. No, no, this is like an academy or something. Um, no, this is for fungible token. The app let us read. Okay, we can do this with React Next. Change and read a greeting field on Flow testnet. Okay, we will have this saved for later, but let's see. Hello World tutorial. This is the one I was looking for. Welcome to the Flow blockchain. Oh, okay. This is a quick starter guide. You will interact with your first smart contract or testnet. If, again, for example, don't you understand what a smart contract is? Um, it's like a trigger. You can think in this way. Or I think I have a better example. Imagine you have to pay rent every month, like most of the people do, um, and you forgot every month to make the payment to the bank, or I don't know. You just are too into your stuff and you forgot, and you will receive the call like, hey, you have to pay, otherwise you will be kicked off of your apartment or something like that. Well, imagine you can program a way that just says like, hey, every month, this time, at this moment specifically, you can do this. You just perform that, and that would be a smart contract, for example. That could be. That's not an easy. Sorry, that's not a hard thing. You may say like, "Hey, Alberto," but with the things we have now, not Web3 for, but a cron job, for example, and if you're skilled enough, you can program that and pay or other form of transaction it's done and do the same. Well, yes, but the thing here is that the you don't have to do a cron job or very complicated thing because all these it's integrated in the programming language you're doing. In this case, will be Cadence for Flow. Um, and with Cadence, you can say, hey, every time this happens, this meaning whatever thing, a date, an action, a button, an email, uh, you just mentioned it, uh, perform these other actions, like functions, but functions that can handle crypto, for example, that can handle information, pieces of code, that everything that you can store on a blockchain, NFTs, etc., messages, um, and yeah, that's how we can define a smart contract. For those unfamiliar, the testnet is a public interface of the Flow blockchain designed for experimentation. Here you can deploy and invoke smart contracts without incurring any real world costs. This is very good, actually, because you may know that all Web3 is extremely cost. Um, and having a playground like this, it's a really, really good stuff. Smart contracts on Flow are permanent code that will be live on the blockchain, allowing you to encode business logic, define digital assets, and much more. As I was mentioning, these smart contracts uh, are pieces of code that you deploy. At, I think I didn't explain that, sorry. But when you create a smart contract, you put it on the blockchain. So everyone can see it. Everyone can see what this is, this is going to perform. And there, as this sentence mentioned, you can put business logic. You can put another piece of code. You can put just text messages. You can put um, well, much more. Let's just say that. Calling a contract the whole world contract is posed to public variables name, reading that it's accessible to everything outside the contract. We can retrieve its value using the simple script written in Cadence programming language. Mhm. Let's copy this and to vertical orient the runner editor. Okay, we paste it here. We run this, and the result it's a string just saying hello world. But what's happening here? This it's the playground we were talking about. This is the test net. So this is a piece of Cadence, the smart contract language, that for from a specific place of the blockchain import the hello world contract, and we say we need to access this function and execute the greeting method. This greeting method returns to us the string hello world. Very simple example here. right? So contracts on the testnet below is the source code of the Hello World contract, the one we are accessing here, and we can see this Hello World contract. This is a common structure for object-oriented programming. We have the declaration of the contract. In this case, will be an object you can think about. This is like the constructor, and we can have methods, the initial method and the access method. These change the greeting. No, sorry, I didn't see here. This is the constructor. Then we have the greeting and the change greeting. So in this case, according to this, we can come back here and instead of greeting, we can call change greeting, right? And we need to pass a new greeting that will be a string. This new greeting will be called as hello global hack week, right? I can't remember recognized character. Okay, maybe this will be double quote here. Mistake. This got void. Oh yeah, because this did not return anything, right? And then we can go to return the hello world dot greeting. And cannot access change greeting function has account access. Oh, I didn't saw if this was function variable. Okay, yeah, I need premises to change this. There are no read costs associated with this. Please including your codes. Blah blah blah. Okay, probably in this case we don't be able to do this, but um, hmm. Okay, yeah, yeah, we are not able to do this because we need permissions. In this case, not all are allowed to change the greeting. uh, but if this were our specific contract or a smart contract, we can change whatever we want, and this will work. Hello World Part 2, the local development. Maybe I got excited too early. The Flow command line interface, it sets of the tools to develop that developers sorry, can use to interact with the Flow blockchain by managing accounts and transactions, deploying smart contracts, running the emulations, more and more and more. Blah blah blah. In this case, we need to install this, make configuration. So let's do that right now because it's going to take its time to load, I think. Yeah, here you can see this. So cd developer, I have Kadir, global hack week. In this case, it's Web3 flow. And the command in my case it's brew install flow CLI. If you are not a Mac user, probably this will be different for you. uh, for other ways of installing, please refer to the installations guide. hmm and okay, this is going to take its time. Let's keep going here, grabbing the hello world contract. For this demo, we are going to interact with a simple Hello World contract that it's already deployed in Float's test network account. This is the account In order to grab this project dependency, we'll use flows dependent manager to install into our project using a source string that defines the network address and contact. Okay, this will add the hello world contract and any of its dependencies to imports directory in your project. We recommend adding this to gitignore file. It's also the float file. During the install, you will prompt to specify which account to deploy contracts to. For this tutorial, you can select the default emulator account. Uh-huh. Running scripts, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's installed now. Um, I'm going to create a global hack week Web3 flow. Get there CLI quick start. Oh, okay. Quick start was this. And we are going to move to the CLI, right? And let's see if flow is installed correctly. Okay, I think it is, but okay, there's not shorthand for this, but we can run just okay. Nice. The Crescent network upgrade include cannons. One, it's coming soon. You might need to update. Okay, everything's fine to this point. This will create. Let's open. Yeah, the flow.json file. This is just to configure projects and describe the setup of your contracts and also account. You will also have the following emulator account created for you. We will use this account to interact emulation later on. We can read more for the flow.json here, but at the moment we just need to grab dependencies. So for this demo, we already read this. So let me do this bigger. Uh, I think you should see clearly this. And in the terminal, we do flow dependencies at testnet, the same command as this one. And I'm going to do this a little less big so I can read too. Installing dependencies for the testnet, it's cool. And we can use the emulator account for these purposes. They mention it here. Opening the contract file should look something like this. The contract has a greeting variable that can be read, changed, blah, blah, blah. But as I mentioned in the previous step, if we want to do this, nice feature. If we want to do this, um, we need to own the contract. There is not for public access. Well, in this case, they do, but in the previous one, the access it's depending on the account, right? They even warn us. Oh, well, they deleted, but in the code I made, they even warned us you will be not able to access that. So let's wait. This is all cool. Enter alias address. Hello, global hack week. Invalid alias address. Well, I will leave it blank then, as you wish. So in the imports here now, we have the code. This contract, we check this. Oh, actually, there's a slight difference here. You see, this is set as poop, and no access limit here. Okay, I'll keep it as it is. I just delete the access account. Emulator its local version of the Flow blockchain that you can use on the testnet for your content script. It's a way to develop and test your contracts without having to interact with the testnet or the mainnet. So the contract emulator, it's a step before we even think about the testnet, and the testnet is a step before we think of deploying this to production. So for running this on the emulator, we can do flow emulator start. This will look something like this, and according this, it's running just nice and good. And this has many contracts actually. The AMB, the flow clusters, flow DKG, flow epochs, flow fees, flow storage fees, but I didn't see the Hello World one. Let's see. To deploy community, you can run the following. So I'm going to open another terminal and do flow deploy. Access modifier, the one I just deleted. Okay, I think this it's the problem. We can deploy now, and it's successfully deployed under the Hello World. Under the Hello World one. But on okay, I think we can just emulator start again. Yeah, no problem. Now, hmm but if I do this, I can deploy it again. I need to deploy it again. Okay, that's a great question. I will not know. The control will now have been deployed to the account you select earlier. You can now interact with using a script, running a script. How we run a script? Well, first we need to create a script. Um, we can do that with this command flow generate script, and it will be called read script. So here we'll paste this. We will see the cadence folder here, and inside the scripts we'll see that access all function main and the script detail will be set. And we need to do the same thing that we done in the testnet. So we need to write a cadence smart contract to perform this. No, sorry, it's cadence work to perform the hello world smart contract. Cool. We can replace, we need to import the hello world from the emulator. The access delimiter will be all, and we are going to return the greeting, and that's it. The important thing that will automatically resolve the address of the contract error. You're able to script on this is determined by your flow configuration. To run this, we perform flow scripts execute and the relative path to the script. In this case, we return hello world. How we change this, not with the method, but deploying again the contract. Hello world to save this contract, deploy again, and okay, this is an error. Failure to deploy hello world contract exists. Common, okay. So I mentioned you that the smart contract is going to live inside the um, how to say the blockchain. Sorry. So in this case, we cannot have two hello worlds contracts. So we are going to call it differently, and we are going to deploy it. And now we have a hello world 2, right? So if we import hello world 2 in reading and we execute this on script cadence greeting, it says import could not be resolved from provided contracts. Okay, that's a problem. Let's test it again. Hello world. So where we deploy this, deploying wired contracts for the contract emulator. In this case, everything's fine. Oh, I think I should rename this. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Um, we'll continue with the with the start with the guide. Creating an account or running a transaction to change the state of the blockchain. This is what we try to perform, um, and this is the importance of it. You need to run a transaction. Let's create a simple transaction file. We can use the modifier greeting on the hello world contract. So in this case, we already generate a script. Remember this? Now we are going to generate a transaction that will be called change greeting, not read the greeting. Let's return the changes here, here, and now inside same the cadence file, we had scripts and now we have transactions. And remember this? Well, we are going to do something very similar, import the hello world, call this a transaction, and we are going to access the change greeting thing, and we are going to execute it. And this will no longer the account transaction, call the change greeting method of the hello world contract and pass it to the new greeting. Mhm. For learning more about transactions, they have a dedicated part here. In order to run transaction, the singing account needs to pay to it. We could run the transaction on the emulator using the default emulation account. And let's learn how to configure accounts. So we are going to need to create an account for this. I'm sorry. The easy way to create an account is using the CLI. So let's create it. My name is Alberto47. This is for the emulator. Yes. And what's this? Once it's run, select emulator. Yes. As and give your account the name emulator test name. Oh, okay. Well, it's in the flow file. So account emulator tester. Okay, I'm good with Alberto. To run this transaction, we can do this. Flow transaction send the transaction file hello global hagwick. Singer will be not emulator tester, but Alberto 47 in the network emulator. So here, let's see. Oh, it's a transaction error. Cadence runtime execution cannot access the change in greeting function account access because it's for mhm, I am not sure why can't we access all. Yeah, I knew we needed to change this to access all too. Okay, let's do then this again. We are going to run another file. Can't see it. If I quit and start the emulator again, I'm not sure if, for example, flow scripts execute reading. Okay, I think it does not. So in this case, okay, there's another problem here. Okay, yeah, there is no declaration. So I need to access all. Now it's saved. Hello world 2. Deploy this. Okay, it's successfully deployed. So the scripts execute, result in the Hello World 2 as we expected. And finally, as now it's declared with access all, if we run the transaction, oh, but this account it's not declared now. So I need to declare in this emulation session. Um, flow account create and Alberto 47 name already exists. Okay, um, so I can delete this. Save 47. Okay, Alberto only like that. This will be for them later. And now the transaction without this works perfectly. It's sealed. The block ID is this one. The transaction ID is this one. The ID of the player. In this case, the player it's me. It's exactly like this. Mhm. No need to pay anything, no fees. And if we execute again, it says hello world because we change it on the blockchain, not here. This had already been deployed. So this is just the code we prepared for. But now inside, it's living on the blockchain. We can access it. We can get it from reading scripts. We can modify it via transactions. And well, congratulations. This point we already access blockchain. This is just the emulation where um, let's make this more interesting by going to the testnet, right? So if you want to continue generating your contracts, you can also use the generated command to create new contract files. See more to generate documentation. After that, it's easy to add your contract to your project configuration using the flow CLI commands. Nice. Interacting with the blockchain, the real blockchain. The FCL, Flow Client Library, it's a JavaScript library developed to facilitate integrations with the blockchain. It provides developers with tools to build, integrate, and interact with Flow directly from web applications. This is an app quick start that will get you interacting with your contract already deployed to Flow. For this tutorial, we are going to be using Create React App, simpler. Um, Could we get the GitHub link as I am switching over to Linux and there are issues to each recommend browsers. So yeah, give me a second. I'll create GitHub for this. GitHub.com. I'm going to create a new repository. And this is going to be Global Hack Week Web3 Flow Quick Start. Mhm. Create repository. So this is the link to the repository. It doesn't have nothing yet, but at the end of the session, I will upload everything I've done. I promise. And always you can rewatch the stream to complement this. So I can put the string link I think on the README, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'll try. So this was really good. This was our CLI quick start inside Web3 Flow. Let's go a step before that. And now in Web3 Flow, we're going to add here. And the name for this will be mm, 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 FCL app quick start. Well, the other one was CLI, right? So yeah, it makes sense. FCL quick start. And code this FCL quick start. Let's close this other one. No, we're not using it at the moment. Here, very important, make this bigger so you can see it. And npx create grab app. Create React. Oh, oh. So then do we here. Yes. I have a question about if I do I'm not too familiar. Um, or if they can do this here. Yeah, I can't do that here. So sorry about that. RF, FCL app Quickster. Just this one as I had it. Um, what happened here? Just for you not to be like, what just hit on? Um, the moment I'm not working with React, I'm working more with Angular. So, um, in some cases, there are comments like this that does not create the app inside the folder, but takes a template from their CLI management. So I thought this was like a template, not the folder where we were going to create the app. So that's what happened. Just like that, I got confused, but we can continue. It comes with the file layout. Let's remove source app.ds, source app.ds, and copy and paste something like this. Just this, right? It's saved now. FCL app quick start. And wow, right. npm start. Let's see how this looks. Not localhost is for. Okay, 300, 3,000. I missed a few minutes. The files come with the React command. Yeah, exactly. Create React app. It's like a small template that creates you the base for a React application. Here's, for example, the quick setup in this case. So let's hurry to finish this in time. um, Setting up the FCL. In order for this, we need to install some dependencies. We can pause the the server here and install onflow FCL in development settings. Okay, it's installed now. So on development dependencies here, we can see it on flow FCL. That's cool. Next, we will have to add the FCL configuration. For that, there's you can do here. For understand, it's just an example. It's access to the Node API. Talk to the test flow access. An access node serves as the primary point of interaction with clients such as wallet, apps, and other services to communicate with the Flow network. It provides a gateway for these clients to submit transactions, query data, and retrieve information. For our example, we are going to point at a free access node provided by Flow, which is the following in the source.app.js. But this sounds weird to me. Okay, I'm going to put it here. Okay, here, give some space here. Okay, according to change on your flow, you can interact with a contract by reading the from the change with a script that changes the state with a transaction reading. It's free and it's done with the FCL by passing cadence, the smart contract language of flow, to a FCL query. For example, we're going to read again the hello world on the testnet. Um, you can view the contract here to see what it looks like. We are used to this contract already. But let's see if we can find another contract that is interesting to. Okay, it appears that in this node they only have this contract, so the answer is no. In the same file, we can create this, which is the used effect. Use effect is not defined. Use state. Use state is not defined either. Um, yeah, we need to import them. The function, the app, this all should be inside app function. Again, there's a big time for me with uh, no React. Okay, no need to return anything in this part. Mhm. Indentation, correct indentation. Const readings, use effect. Okay, the FCL config can go outside. This way. Bam, bam, bam. What we're doing, we are calling the change with an accessing function. The FCL that comes from the onflow package we just installed has a method that's query, and we pass the smart contract, sorry, the cadence code for performing this smart contract. So in this case, imagine this comes from the file that we had on here. Actually, now we can open CLI quick start, and you will see this is actually the same. The CDC file, import hello world, access, blah, blah, blah. Well, import hello world. In this case, we have to specify the node we are accessing, but the rest is the same. Access all, fun main, string, return, greeting, etc. Right? So, good, good. And console log dot rest set greeting, and we need to update this just with this other thing we saved, and we npm run start again. And the message here is just hello world, and that's it. In this point, since we are accessing not the hello world contract, we just deployed on the um, what was the word for this? Uh, Sorry, I forgot the name. Um, oh my god, the name. Come on. Emulator. Yeah, not the one we deploy on the emulator, but the one that it's there on the testnet. We cannot change the message. That's a shame, and we cannot deploy it yet. But that's the next step. For a deeper dive into FTL apps, such as how to change the chain with the FTL, check this guide of the FCL documentation. Let have this on how to change that, but I am thinking we need to deploy our own contract, right? This is a simple walkthrough guide for the FCL library, for the one that is from JavaScript. These guides have the simple guides uses Hello World scaffold. It's meant to provide all the code needed to get a web application up and running. Installation, configuration, authenticate a user, deploy contracts. Let's deploy contracts. Installation. Okay. Networks. We don't recommend keeping keys in your flow JSON, but already moved the emulator private to a emulator.key file. This should be added in your git ignore. Yes, we won't be using emulator and running contracts locally in this quick start, but FCL will complain if it finds private keys in your flow JSON file. So the flow JSON file should look like this. Configure FCL. Okay, I think we need to set float here. But before we do that, let's do another fold for that. Before continuing with this, I want to check. No, I can close this. Yeah, I think this is the same on creating the your first app. Okay, so let's return to this and let's see this beginner app. Oh, I think it's the one you just completed. Writing and deploying smart contracts into the cadence, smart contracts and flow, deploying contracts. This is the one from Emerald. So yeah, we can continue. Kadir, hello world. And remember the things we need to do to get our flows projects running, it's flow setup or flow init, right? So what's the difference between flow setup and flow init? That's a good question. I think there will be some info around here. Tools, flow CLI, flow dep, deploy, keys, accounts, utilities. Okay, that's a good question. What's the difference between setup and init? Select scaffold file. Okay, I'll do scaffold, scaffold flow setup. Do I write it right? I'm not sure. Okay, okay, that's weird. Um, even here, let's say, okay, apparently the first should be flow init. Using the flow CLI scaffold, create basic Hello Web projects with web scaffold, web dap. This will create in the Hello folder. Well, then flow init. It's what it's supposed to be. Let's call this my first dap. Would you like to scan any core dependency? Okay, yeah. Okay, my first dap. Yeah, this doesn't have any. I think I'm doing so we can follow along. This that I've flow, it's completely new, right? So we can follow along. Yeah, this will be completely new. The interesting here is that I cannot access the scaffold. Um, I don't know why. That's weird. Flow setup. That is this deprecated? Maybe here. No, here it is. And scaffold. Okay. No idea what happened there, but I'm going to delete everything here. Everything here. And just do this. Command not found setup. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't understand. Flows colorful is the first command, right? Supposed to be this, yeah, but apparently setup it's not on my configuration, and so don't know what to do here. Cd sep npm install. Let's take a look at this. Maybe we did not install. That is the interpreted by flow in the code block. It has structure. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay, it solved this the setup. Thank you, thank you. You were so right with that. But no flags folder on this call for ID. Well, I found more useful here. The Emerald team added here these. Um, I'm thinking it's this call for or at least should be very similar to that. But I'm not sure to be honest. No idea why this Calfol flag is not working for me. Um, this is the technical papers the have we done before. Here I can check for Scalfel. your setup command. Setup command. It's supposed to have scaffold. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what the scaffold doesn't work. Flow setup. I first the app. If you're starting a new project, use or super command line. Okay, I'm literally writing that. Flow set up. Wow, this is not a favorite thing, but let's do this other thing. Let's clone the repo they have. um, this one. It doesn't matter. You don't need to copy it. You can. Well, yeah, actually, why not? Here's the link. But let's hurry. We have not much time left. I can believe you're on too. How you have enough energy with times are you? Uh, Fashik. Uh, the old Fashik. Okay, yeah, the clone. You don't need to do this. It's a weird configuration for me. You just do um, whatever thing you do to clone things. Code zero hello world and bigger. Okay, now npm install. We return these. In second terminal, you need to start your local emulator. Okay, we are going to get over that because we already covered the local emulator. Okay, all install npm start. Oh, a problem here. Oh yeah, it's this is next, so npm run that. Amazing. Localhost rag 300. Hello world, this is an address. Connect to my wallet login. Firefox. I don't know what it was. Okay. Um, I'm guessing we need to start our server. Flow emulator start. Yeah. Checkpoint one. We'll be using the local. Okay. Uh, but first, and another 110. Flow deploy for the cadence. Hello world. Okay. Yep. Click the login button and nothing's help window. Flow dev wallet. Wallet. Emulator is running. Yeah. Okay. Now we can log in. Perfect. With our service account, or we can log out. Checkpoint. Nice. Get the greeting. Get the greeting will say hello world for us, and we can to change it. Greeting with a nice UI, and we can change the greeting, and this looks even more for the app, right? I mean, we already achieved this. We already complete that on our emulator with just scripts, but adding a beautiful UI like this with Next really makes the difference, right? So we have the arguments, the value, the type, the script we are going to perform in the Cadence language, and the information of the wallet. So we approve this. And now we get the greeting again, and the greeting was changed. And that was it. Really nice. We can perform more things. Um, the next step will be to publish this to the testnet, but that's more. In this point, you have your the app up nice and running, so we can close this all of them and let me return to your scripts. All right, my eyes won't keep open. Thanks all. I have to hit a day. You almost get it to the end. So really, really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. It is beautiful. Yeah, it was. Um, and that's the powerful of the things we can do here. Good night, but to organic oil. At least I install React next and run the app in the WSL. You can do it. It is not that hard, but I don't say it as a bad thing. Don't feel pressured. I mean, I'm sure you can do it, and I will upload all this code to the repo. I share with you this Emerald team repo that kept the beautiful UI applied to what we've done in the FCL quick start. And that's it. Thanks, great tutorial. And I even got it work too. Amazing. Amazing. It's running. I'm really glad that all of you have these up and running because that's specifically what I wanted to do. That you will be able to do this on your next hackathon. That in your next hackathon you won't be spending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't know, even more, just setting up the configuration for your the app or your Web3 app, or just call it your app, your project, your hack, right? So in this case, I think I can go rest in peace because we do it, we achieve it. So the thumb up, I really love it. Thanks for the delivery. It was awesome. Thank you so much. So keep tuned to the Global Hack Week. Tomorrow we are going to do the same, but with Soroban and with Starnet. So see you tomorrow. Thank you a lot, and keep your eyes on the repo I shared. I will love it. I don't know if today I'm really tired, but uh, I promise. Yeah, no, no, it's more. Yeah, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I'll do it today. Sorry, but yes, see you tomorrow. I'm just too tired to think anymore. Bye.